Hello, everyone. Today's topic is assistive technology. Assistive technology, or AT for short, is any device, equipment, or system that supports individuals with specific learning issues. There are assistive technology tools that can help with listening, math, organization, and memory, reading, or writing. I was reading an article in readingrockets.org by Kristin Stanberry, and she states the use of technology to enhance learning is an effective approach for many children. Additionally, students with LD often experience greater success when they are allowed to use their abilities or strength to work around their disabilities or challenges. AT tools combine the best of these practices. So that was in an article. And as for my own experience, I have a daughter who is hard of hearing, and she can only hear with her right ear with the help of a hearing aid. She doesn't do sign language, but she taught herself to lip read, and she also has a learning disability. At school, she uses two FM systems, one for her and one for her teacher. She wears a device around her neck, which is tuned into her hearing aid, and then the teacher wears another one around his or her neck and uses the FM to communicate with my daughter. So if the teacher's in the back speaking to the class and my daughter's in the front, she can still hear her teacher's voice. Another AT that my daughter uses in school is an online proofreading program that helps her with spelling, grammar, sentence structure, just to name a few. She uses a calculator to help with her math. And most of her work is computer-based, so she doesn't have to rely on someone to take notes, but she usually gets her notes directly from her teachers. And that has helped her a lot. So out of the assistive technologies that I looked at this week, I thought that the Tobii Dynavox 1110 technology was interesting, and just the speech generating device has come a long way. Just to see people who have suffered a stroke and is able to communicate with the computer generated machine, I think is amazing. I also like the Snap Plus Core First app for iPad. It's a great tool to use for language skills and literacy skills. And the visual cue is helpful, especially if a child has to learn a new language or they can't read or understand words. They just have to look at the pictures. So anyway, I can see myself using this app for my young students who are struggling to read or communicate. And I also find it useful for students whose English is not their first language. So as provided in the Brunsma article, she mentioned 6 applications of assistive technology. And so I chose existence. And an example is, let's say a person's on a wheelchair and they need to reach something. So the shelves could be lower for them to have access to supplies or things that they need. And then the other one is communication. So this one, I thought about my daughter. So we use a vibrating clock for her to wake up in the morning. So, every day at 6 o'clock, the clock would go on and then she can feel the vibration and that wakes her up. So the third one is positioning and mobility. I thought of a shower chair with movable shower head so that the individual could move freely in and out of the bathtub. So that will make it easier for them if they can't get up or they have to sit down. So one assistive technology that was not listed on the module was the use of alternative input devices. So I found this on a website by Berkeley. So it was webaccess.berkeley.edu. So the alternative input devices, if a person can't use a keyboard to work on a computer or the mouse, they can use a head pointer. So this is for a person who doesn't have a hand. They put the object directly on their head, and they can use it to push keys or the keyboard. And then another one is the motion tracking or eye tracking. This one is a device that watches a target or even the eyes of the user to interpret where the user wants to place the mouse points and where they want to move it. The other one is the single switch entry device. So these kind of devices can be used with other alternative input devices or by themselves. It could be an on-screen keyboard with the cursor moving across the keys, or the key user wants to use it to focus. It can also work on a web page, so you can use it in many ways. So anyway, that was one thing I thought it was interesting. And again, that was found on webaccess.berkeley.edu. Sorry. So that's it. Thanks for listening.